we've talked about as a team is that, that one, these guys, I think, have great respect for each other. I think they have great respect for each other's work ethic. And I think they know that we keep talking about the leadership and where they expect it. There's a lot of guys that are capable of doing things. And we keep talking about are those guys who's willing to do it all the time, who's really going to go play hard. And if you don't, you should understand we're going to give someone else a chance. But I do think these guys are working hard, and I think they know we can get better. We have to get better. But defensively, obviously it's something that we've always tried to emphasize. But, we've got two freshmen that I've said I thought the best thing they bring us is their on ball defense, which it takes sometimes freshmen some time to learn how to do that. I think that Jaden and Keon are good ball. They get up there and they really hawk the ball. Santi does it in a different way. Everybody kind of does it in a different way. But as a group, we know they know that if they don't give us the effort they need there, that's probably the quickest way they'll get subbed out maybe before they want to come out.
Kind of on that topic, Jaden dove for a loose ball, I think, in the second half. Was a 30-point game, and Keon took a charge later on. What does it say about those guys in those moments that they're doing that in the second half of that kind of game?
Well, I think it says a lot for the respect they have for each other. I think it says a lot for the respect they have for the game, too, because we talk about the respect for the game that you have to have. We talk about, we want to make every possession count. Every possession is important. It goes back. I think they know that, when tomorrow we'll look at this film and scrub it out the way we would any game. I mean, that's what we do. So they know that they're going to be graded. Our grading system, they know tomorrow they're going to come in and there's going to be a point. Every point that Appalachian scored tonight is going to be assigned to somebody. And we have the charts that we keep. They don't want to be. They want to be in that green area where they've done their job. But they really, there is a chemistry with them where they want to see each other do well. And I do think the more that they hold themselves accountable, the better team will be. And, App just came off a big win. And there's no doubt early our defense set the tone for us. And our depth that we get to practice that. The way we play defense, we do that every day in practice. That's what we do. And we expect both teams to be able to do it. That's why I was really pleased with those guys that ended the game tonight. I told them, I said, hey, these minutes matter. And don't go out thinking, hey, I get open, I'm going to shoot the ball, quick shot. I want to see you play the game. We want to see you play the game. And I really appreciate the way those guys took it serious enough to go out and try to respect the game and do it the right way.
Ben McKee and Mike Wilson.
Coach, Josiah was 3 of 3 from 3 tonight, and his stroke has looked real good through the first 3 games. Is that an area where he really worked on this offseason, a huge point of emphasis for him over the offseason, or is it just a tribute to him being healthy, unlike last season?
Well, no, he's worked very hard. Josiah is a really hard worker. I mean, he's worked hard in a lot of different areas, and tonight we weren't sure we'd be able to do it, but we closed the game with him playing at the 4. That's something that we've talked about with that lineup, with him being there. And because we love his versatility. We think he can play a lot of different places. He's arguably our best rebounder right now, if you really think about it. The way he goes after, he almost had a double-double tonight and probably could have if he had got a few more minutes. But Josiah's worked really hard on his shot. He really has. And I'll go back prior to us being having to shut down the last time with the COVID. The numbers that we keep and we stat everything that we do in practice. Both he, VJ, Eve, and Santi, their percentages were all over 40%. And even though we hadn't shot it well in the games, we have confidence we're going to do that because we've watched them do it over months at a time. And I thought tonight he was comfortable. Eve, I thought after he went back in that last time, I went down at the end of the bench and said, hey, man, you're trying too hard. You got too good of hands to fumble the ball out of bounds. You just got to slow down and just relax. And I thought the 3 that he took, that he made, that's the 3 that he practices every day, that type of rhythm. And when he does that, believe me, he's a high percentage shooter from out there.
Does this team have more guards that just can go and get a basket opposed to maybe the teams you've had in the past here? It seems like that's a difference on this team with guys like VJ, Keon, and Jaden.
No, there's no doubt. I mean, there's no doubt that we've got really, those three guys, Santi, guys that can get in there and go get a shot. We're working on, we post them. You saw tonight we worked on trying to post guards every chance we get, and we talked a lot about turning those drives into post up, and the thing that makes all of them good in that area is they're willing passers. And we knew that App State would come in and be heavy gap oriented, and I don't think we had a charge tonight. We were concerned about that because they do a good job of taking charges, but yet, to your point, Mike, we were able to get through those gaps, not get to it, but get through it and make some plays there. But we probably have more guys than we've ever had that can make there's no question we have that can make those kind of plays.
Nicholas Hill and Ryan Shumpert.
Coach, I just on the performances of Uros Plavich and Devontae Gaines since they got some more playing time there in the second half.
Well, again, I appreciate those guys. They work, great teammates. They come in every day. They're going to play hard, and they got minutes. They did, but early in the year, excuse me, we're still trying to figure out some things with, to get a rotation down that we feel like we got to get it. And playing these games like this, we aren't like we did have a hard practice yesterday. We did. We went pretty hard yesterday, but from here on out, we probably won't get as much time in the gym as we'd like because of these games coming quickly, and because we do want to be as fresh as we can be, and we want to get better. But those guys that you mentioned, they work hard every day. I think their teammates, I think you can tell by the response of their teammates how much and how well they're respected, because they want to see them go in and do well. And again, like I said, I thought those guys that haven't played, and tonight being the first time, handled themselves well. Just, again, trying to do the things that we practice, and that's what we talk about. Just do what we practice and respect the game, and we'll be okay.
Hey, Coach, how would you assess Jaden's play tonight, and what about his offensive game makes him so talented or versatile for a player of his age?
Well, Jaden's got a feel. He likes. I think he likes the way we like to play. We like to get that ball close to the rim, and he's got a great knack. He's got a great feel there, and he's one of those guys that when he gets in that mid-range, deep area, that you're really sort of surprised when he misses. He's very strong, excellent finisher at the rim. Another player that's worked really hard on his shot, and he again, I've said it before. He and Keon have been hurt with the shutdowns that we've had more than anybody. I mean, if those guys we had a typical what we all would know is normal, they would be further along. But they're having to do it right in front of your all's eyes because we practice, they practice, but yet they're out there learning. And what I like about both of them, actually, tonight, I think it's the second game run, they've taken themselves out. When we tell them you're going to have to play your way in shape because we think they can be in better condition. But both of them, I think, took themselves out tonight and the other night, which is good. I mean, that's what they need to do because they need to learn to sustain it for longer periods of time. And I think that's, again, a very unselfish trait on their part where they're like, hey, I'm going to go play as hard as I can and tag out and let somebody else have some minutes, and I'll be ready to go. And like I actually told Keon one time tonight, I said, let me know when you're ready. And he sat there for a couple, 2-3 minutes, clock time, and then he said, I'm ready. And you want that kind of attitude. You want that kind of, fight from those guys that they're going to push themselves, and then they know when it's time to check out, they got to check out and get ready to go again.
Last two for Coach, coming from Trey Wallace and then Mike Wilson.
Rick, you guys had 46 points tonight in the paint. You didn't hit the free throw line. until midway kind of to that second half. Can you talk about what you thought, how they got the ball into the paint, and what you thought about the way they were able to drive and attack the basket? I know you guys work on that a lot.
We do it. And again, I think Appalachian State made a conscientious effort that we're not going to put them on the line 30 times. I think there's no doubt that they didn't want to do that. I don't think they – and again, there's a lot of different reasons. Obviously, they felt like that they're players that they want to have out there. They need to have them out there as much as they possibly could. And so that, again, I think it's smart on their part. We're not going to let you shoot 30. But yet that's where I was – they were heavy gap some. And again, why would they not want us to just settle for some threes early, which I thought we did, to be quite honest with you. And but we are a team that we look to go inside, whether it's off the pass, whether it's off the bounce to get it there. And it's not necessarily all the time to shoot it, but we just like to play inside out. We think those step-in threes, swing plays are high percentage plays, and those are shots that we take in practice when we're doing individual work, and we move the ball well. And like I said, I think guys are ready to shoot it. And I think as time goes on, I'll be surprised if, again, we don't start knocking down more of those shots on the perimeter, as long as we don't get too antsy and, feel like we got to. Like a couple games, I felt like we were stiff and short-arming it because we were just not shooting the ball. We just got to get to where we're shooting the ball the way we're capable of.
Rick, you mentioned wanting to get Josiah back in there at the 4 at the end. How much has he worked at the 4 throughout this offseason, and what does that do for your team and its lineup possibilities if he's good at that position?
Well, you saw him tonight for the first time. Hey, he's never done it. What you saw tonight was the first time he's done it in any kind of competition, because we were, again, dealing with all that we've dealt with up to this point. The stop and starts, we were just trying to, again, we're learning a lot about ourselves, and you can practice, and we know what we did in practice, and he's one of those guys that, he works at it, going to work hard every day, but tonight was the first time that he's actually played it in a game with any flow, and I thought he did a good job. I mean, we did something tonight that we've never practiced, where he was at the 4, but he got the rebound. He brought it down, played the 1. Keon just slid right into the 4, and we still executed. That tells me that, one, that the versatility that we have is and we have never done that. But the fact, I think, is a compliment to all their basketball IQ there, because they just flowed right to it. Different guys at different spots, and we'd love to be able to do that more often. But again, you guys know that once we came out of lockdown a week and a half ago, whenever it was, we were just trying to get it back where we could get our base package going. And then we've got some other things we'd like to do, but we just haven't been able to get to it. And one of them is him at the 4. And so tonight, what you saw was the first time he's done that.
Thank you, Coach.
We're good? All right. Thank you, guys.